Hello and welcome to the Gameweek22 deadline stream. I've literally woken up about 20 minutes ago. I'm literally running on UK time at the moment. I actually had to set an alarm so we didn't miss the beginning of this. So that I've done well. I've done the first bit right. I checked that the stream hopefully is not going to be buffering today. With a little bit of luck, I spent the last half an hour just running it and I rebooted the modem, so we should be good. Hopefully uninterrupted all day today, with a touch of luck. That's all I can say about that. But yes, we are here for the deadline. I've got hopefully, get all your questions in the chat. Good. Hello, Kevy. Good to see you in there, buddy. Hopefully today goes well. Look, it's a Manchester derby today. There's going to be a standalone watch along for that game. I don't know what to think of it. I'm just dreading it. I'm just hoping that, I don't know what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping Phil Foden scores points, but at the same time, I want us to win. So I think the best result, I've been thinking about it all since I've woken up. The best result is Man United spank Man City, because all those Haaland captains are going to get nothing, provided we can shut him out. Now, how that's going to happen will take actually probably a miracle. But miracles happen. Miracles happen in football. I should know this. I've seen it more often than enough. So potentially that can definitely happen. But yeah, let's get into it. We've got the deadline stream, and hopefully, with a little bit of luck, this goes to the right spot. All right, there we go. So remember, today's stream is sponsored by Footium. Obviously, it's free to play. There is a chance to win an FPL Unit shirt, so there's no reason not to get involved. All you need to do is you need an email address. That's all you need. The thing to sign up is to the there. No, that one right there on the left hand side for you guys. That's the one to sign up with your email address. The one on the right is to make sure you join the league after you've signed up. That way I can track who's on top, and that way I know who I'm sending the shirt to at the end of the thing. But yes, we should be good. Hopefully there is no buffering. Hopefully the D-Unit's modem holds up. I think it is a modem issue now. That it makes a lot of sense now why nothing was working before. Let's get that timer up and running as well. Where are we at? Let's get that going. All right, and get that on screen just in time. Look at that. There we go. You'll get a minute before the deadline to lock in your teams. But yeah, that's what we're looking at the moment. I've obviously made the one transfer. Bruno G has obviously come in for Cunha. I was so happy to boot that idiot out of my team. It's going to be nice tonight watching Man United not owning any assets and just hoping we win. Because I won't care whether my players suck in that game for Man United. And I don't give two tosses about what Haaland does tonight, because every man and his dog's got him. So that's neither here nor there. I'll just be hoping for a Man United win, and that feels like a much better place to be in when you're watching football. That's just my gut feel anyway. So yes, hopefully it looks like no one's complaining about buffering. That's very good news. That's what the D-Unit loves to hear. Yes, Darius, good morning. Good morning. Yes, Luke, good to see you, buddy. Best of luck to you going against Haaland as captain. Very nice. Very nice. Will Cherky hold today? It's a good question. To be honest, I think if I'm being brutally honest, a lot of people worrying about Man City players being benched. Being a Man United fan, I watch the games every single week, right? And we concede most of our goals post the 75th minute in games. Why? Because that's when Casemiro completely just falls apart at the seams. So, if for my honest opinion, I actually don't think City players being benched today and playing them is an issue. Because I think if they're going to score goals, it's actually probably going to be when your players come on. It might be the ones that start the game that don't actually get the points, because they'll be going off before the 75th minute, which is when, historically, Man United concede their goals this season. So I wouldn't even be worried about players being benched this week, if I'm being brutally honest. So yeah, if Cherky's there, it could be one of those ones, 100%. Is Verts over Ekatike captain crazy? No, streamer's good. That's what we love to hear. I'm tempted to captain Frimpong over Haaland. Oh yes, Luke, I love it. There's a little bit of sexiness about that. I can get on board with that one. I'm having major benching headaches. Ditto, look at my bench. I mean, that is a loaded bench. Hold on. Bart Simpson's meant to be starting. Hold on, I've cocked that up already. There we go. Good thing I paid attention there. Bart Simpson is going to be starting. Make sure I save that there really quickly. So Bart Simpson's actually going to be starting. That's the play there. I'm spreading the risk. After midweek, I've got no faith in that Chelsea defence. None. But I think Chalobah's better than It's ironic because Thiago's playing Chalobah and I'm benching Thiago. Part of me thinks I should just double down and play double Chelsea defence. But also part of me is like, I don't want to run the risk of Thiago getting a monster haul on my bench and cooking both my Chelsea assets and then Bart Simpson keeping a 10-pointer on the bench. So for me, I think I just want to spread the risk and just leave it like that and hope for the best. I'm benching points this week. I'm very convinced I'm benching points this week. I don't think I've got it right, but I don't know how else to make it better. So we're just going to roll with it and hope for the best. Hi, Chris. How are you? Start Anderson, Nottingham Forest or Mane? Anderson, Nottingham Forest is going to get 4 points guaranteed this week. Unless he gets booked, then he'll get 3. But he's guaranteed to get 4. So I think I'd be inclined to play... To be honest, though, Mane's playing a Newcastle team that don't know what a clean sheet is. Oh, that's a tough one. That really is a tough one. Where's he card at? Where's me card at? All right, let's have a look. Mane versus Anderson. All right, it's going with Mane. There you go. Card reckons Mane. Read into that one you want. First card call of the day. I'll be happy if we get a point. Honestly, if we get what I predicted on the score predictions 1-1, I'll be a very happy person. To be honest, I don't know. I've got like it's an early kickoff. You don't know, like early kickoffs are fraught with danger. Quite often they're very disappointing games. And to be honest, I'll take a disappointing game. If it's 0-0, I couldn't give 2 hoots. If it's 1-1, I don't care. If it's 2-2, I don't care. As long as we don't get humiliated, that's all I care about at this moment in time. I don't want to sit there and do the live watch-alongs after the Manchester derby and we've been thumped 5-0. That's just a recipe for a rotten night of football. I don't even care about FPL. Like, I'll be in a rotten mood if Man United gets spanked in that first game. And that's why I don't like when we play the first game of the weekend, because it's either going to go one or two ways. I'm either going to be in a very happy mood for the rest of the night, or I'm going to be in a dog-awful mood, and I'm going to need that bottle of hazelnut liqueur lying around on the floor here somewhere. I'll be drinking straight from the bottle. That's essentially what's going to be happening. I'm captaining Gabriel over Haaland. I like it. Sexy. I reckon Šeško holds today against that City defence. Honestly, it could happen without Gahey. Obviously, Gahey won't be available today. I'd expect Foden to start today personally. It's out wide for City. Only 2 out of Semenyo, Cherki and Doku. Yeah, I agree. I think, if I was being honest, I think that Cherki's probably the one that's going to get benched. Start Anderson or Mukiele. I'd start Mukiele. I'll double down on the Sunderland defence. I think they'll be fine this week against Palace. I have Sanchez and Kelleher. Like, who do I even start? That's... You got to start the goalkeeper at home. You got to start Sanchez, I think. You got to start Sanchez there for me. Have you considered bench boost? Not this week. It's not like Tarkowski, I expect to concede. O'Reilly could start on the bench. I don't think it's a good bench week boost week, even though the bench looks good, if that makes sense. Prediction for Palace game without their captain, 0-0. I still stand by my result I picked yesterday, 0-0. I had Sunderland struggling to score against Palace, and I've got Palace definitely struggling to score against Sunderland. I've been forced into a wild card because of transferring Keane after... Oh, that hurts against Wolves, but before the... Oh, no. That's horrendous. That's really unlucky, Richard. Hello, Ivy. Good to see you in the chat, buddy. I think Newcastle defenders are okay this week. Wolves have scored 15 goals this season. Yeah, but they've looked really good of late, Wolves. Thanks to the great FPL content this season, you've climbed to be my... I love it. I love it. Thank you very much. Would you cap a deck of TCal versus Gameweek? Yes, 100%. If it's over Haaland, I would 100% do it. I think Foden will score. Yeah, Foden's got a habit of scoring against Man United. I think he scored a hat-trick against us previously. Like, Foden for me is 100% on the chopping block, selling in... What have they got after Wolves? So Spurs away. Actually, Spurs away is not the worst fixture. I feel like I'm clouded because I've got such a love for Phil Foden that I've put up with these lows. And it's only because of the fact that last season he literally got me into the top 5K single-handedly. Like, no one else had him, and I had him. And it was like a rocket launcher, just rocketed me up the ranks. And I feel like I'm kind of clouded by it still. When is the best time to pick up Munoz? When he's fit? I think potentially you want to see him play a game first just to check he's all right before you go there, I would suggest. I'm debating between Saka Cunha to Rice Bruno or Keane Cunha to Alderete Bruno. Hold on. What? I'm debating between Saka Cunha to Rice Bruno. Oh, I'd 100% get rid of Cunha. It's got to be Cunha. It's got to be Alderete Bruno. That's my thoughts on that. A bit of a headache in goal. Don't know whether to start Dubravka or Pickford. I think I'd be playing Pickford. Bench Jow, I would. Is Palace potentially getting raided? Is making me think again. Yeah, I agree. Hey, mate, hair on the way up. Yes, the hair's coming. It's actually growing back pretty well. Even the bits that, like, you know, the scabs all come off. We're into, ironically, it's all meant to fall out around about now. And then it's meant to start growing. So I'm intrigued to see what actually happens with the hair. I'm braced for it to fall out. But at the moment, it's happy days. And long may that continue with a little bit of luck. But yes, it is looking half decent. And considering, like, my normal hair's grown back quite well, the missus actually said, wow, you've only been like 3 and a bit weeks and your hair's like, other than like the fact I normally have my hair longer on top, she goes, the rest of it looks great. And I was like, I know, it's hard to believe. I didn't have a shave after this. I was going to have a shave before I had a stream. I just didn't have time to do it. Start Bowen or Gordon. I'm starting Bowen. He likes Spurs and Spurs are crap. Jared Bowen's going to score tonight. Is it tonight? It is tonight, yes. I think Palace are the team to attack now. All everyone is talking about is Glasner and Gahey, but people aren't talking about Glasner saying, yeah, to be honest, is Mateta leaving a problem for Palace? I don't know if it is. He's not even scoring goals. Like, there's obviously a big breakdown there. Glasner coming out and basically saying, I'm out. It basically means that he's obviously being told, we're selling these players whether you like it or not. And that's not good. But he did then talk about wanting to win a trophy before he left. To be honest, I don't know. I still feel like Palace will defend well enough without Gahey. But you could be right. You could be 100% right about that. Chelsea making bid of 43 million for Jeremy Jaquire. Who the hell's that? Can someone tell me who that is? I've never even heard of that bloke. Is that just a made-up name? Less cleans for Munoz, you reckon, without Gahey? No, I don't think so, to be honest. Hey, Dean, what are you feeling re Foden and Cherky minutes versus Semenyo? I think Semenyo is going to beat them both for minutes, in the short term in particular. Would you start, because I don't think Semenyo can play in the Champions League. I didn't have time to research that, but I feel like he can't play the last two group games, so you'd think Semenyo's a lock for the league games would be my guess. Would you start Jow or Alderete? I'd start Alderete. Yeah, I'd start Alderete and double down on that defence. Would you suggest for Cunha? Wilson. I've just seen your team. Wilson all day long. I bought Gallagher. I think he's going to score and assist tonight on debut. Actually, he could. I don't mind that. He's only 5.5 million, Gallagher, as well. Would you bench Bruce Keller, Tarkowski, Mane? No, would not. I also think Gahey might be a bit of a game changer, both in FPL and more so in real life when Ruben Diaz comes back. Yes, I agree. I would be surprised someone comes in for Wharton next. Yeah. Well, Man United want Wharton. Why not try now? Why not try now? We need a midfielder. Who would you start between Alderete and Jow? Alderete. No rush for Mateta, surely have a good World Cup. He can have the peak of clubs in the summer, exactly. Dequire is a high potential French defender. Okay, interesting. I'm assuming that's a centre-back because they kind of need a centre-back. Hopefully United can snag Glasner. Glasner does like the back three, and I feel like Man United's squad, now with all the... I mean, like, we went back to a back four. We looked absolutely horrendous the other day against Brighton. I feel like the defenders have actually got a better in a back three than a back four. It's crazy. Like, Maguire can't play in a back four. He can only play in a back three. He needs 2 other defenders there. And to be honest, our midfield's that crap. That's why they needed 3 men at the back, because of the fact we haven't got a midfield. We've got a donut midfield. I feel I kind of understood why Amram refused to play a back four now. I haven't watched the last 2 games without one. Mateta going to Juve? Yeah, that's the goss, isn't it? Gab rose to 6.8 last night. How high do you think he'll be by the end of the season? To be honest, if he stays fit, he's probably going to be on well over 7 mil. I reckon he probably gets up to close to 7.2, if I'm hazarding a guess. Yeah, that'd be my guess. I would not go anywhere near Palace defenders after Gahey departure. Already leaking in some games and now the best defender leaves. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Palace's run, like, I haven't got a Palace player on my team, but I am concerned. They've got a really good run of fixtures for the next 6. The FDR is going to come up above my head in a minute. I'm going to have a look there. But I feel like Palace's fixtures are pretty good for like the next 6. I think they're fine for like the next 6, if I'm being honest with you. Even without him. Centre back, there we go. Very good. My team this week is Pickford, Gahey. Oh, there we go. Palace. Yeah, like the next 6 fixtures are brilliant. They've got Burnley and Wolves in the next 6. Like they're going to keep clean sheets, regardless of whether they've got Gahey or not. That's my gut feel. Post the next 6 weeks, maybe that's a different story, but the next 6 weeks I reckon will be sweet. Pickford, Gabriel, Timber, Cash, Rogers, Rice, Foden, Bruno G, Thiago, Haaland. That's a pretty good team, man. Yeah, I don't think you got to do anything there. I think you just roll. The only thing I'd say is maybe you could start Mukiele over Thiago. That's the only thing I look at your team and I feel like that's the only thing I would change. That'd be it. He plays for Rennes, right-footed. Of course. French league, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. A defender at 7 million on FPL sounds absolutely... I know. Ever since the heady day... I mean, I can't believe I'm saying this. The heady days of old mate Trent Alexander-Arnold when he was actually a decent attacking option. And, what was that guy's name that played for City? Gonzalo. He was brilliant. And so was Chilwell when he wasn't injured all the time. There was someone else I'm forgetting as well that was elite. I can't remember who the other person was that was elite at attacking. Oh, it'll come to me. But I can't think of it at the moment. Best 2-week punts if I'm on Wildcard 24. Wildcard 24. A Liverpool asset. Any Liverpool assets. They've obviously got Burnley tonight. Then they've got Bournemouth away. That's probably the best 2-week punt before getting rid of them. So, Wirtz, Frimpong, Ekitike, Gakpo even is a decent shout for 2 weeks. Aronson, plenty of good options. And low-cost ones as well. I don't mind it. Brennan Johnson's the most fun option I'm going with. Yeah, I like it. Don't mind it. I think Trent was at 7 mil. He was at 7.5 at one point. 7.5 Trent Alexander-Arnold was. I think he even got up to 8 million in a couple of seasons when he was on fire. Well, I can't believe I'm saying that, but he was good attacking-wise, especially in the Klopp era. What are your wildcard plans for 24 or 32? I'm probably going to wildcard in 32. I'm not going to lie. Unless there is mad signings that change the landscape between now and the 2nd of February, I have no intention of wildcarding. My team is pretty good, like for a large amount of time. Like obviously, I know what my issues are in my team. My issues are Wirtz and Foden. They're going to be leaving, and O'Reilly. So that's 3 moves over the next few weeks. I've already got double Chelsea defence for hopefully the good fixtures, and hopefully the Brescia realises don't play out from the back and everything will be all right. So my planned moves are O'Reilly to Timber. I'm probably going to move Wirtz to Bruno, and then depending on the minutes, I'm probably going to move Foden to Semenyo. That's my plan for those 3 moves. That's my plan, and I'm probably going to get Mark Gahey in as well when he joins City because he's 100% going to play every single game. So that's my plans for the next few weeks. I don't think I need a wild card. I might take a 1 -4 in that stretch just to make it all happen, but outside of that, I think it looks pretty good. Had Trent for a while. Yep. Cancelo. Trippier was elite. Yes, Trippier was amazingly elite. He was. Who's the better FPL manager? D-Unit before or after the hair transplant? Actually, that's a really interesting... I reckon D-Unit between game weeks 14 and 18 was elite. That was the D-Unit of last year. Then the hair, things went a bit airy-fairy. Hopefully, when the hair growing back, the points and the reading of the game starts coming back as well. Start Wilson, Leeds, or DC. I'd start them both. Bench someone else. They're both going to return tonight. I've got very, very strong confidence in both of them returning tonight, folks. Gabriel, triple captain of Arsenal, double. I actually quite like that. I have been eyeing up. Like, no one's going to do it. Everyone's like, I'm going to triple captain Haaland and Man City's double game week. I mean, like, Haaland's really gone off the boil the last few weeks. He's due an injury. Like, Haaland's actually due an injury. Like, legit. When he gets like this, he normally gets injured. Yes, I'm good, Lee. How are you? Good luck today. Yeah, good luck to you as well. Captain Haaland, Rogers or Watkins or Gabriel. I'm at the moment, I don't own Rogers. I don't own Watkins. I don't think I'd want to captain either of them. For me, I've got it between Gabriel and Wirtz, but I'm honestly thinking about Wilson. I know Wilson hasn't got the vice captaincy on him. There's something about Harry Wilson today that has me excited, and I don't know why. You know when I've got that feeling? I feel like Wilson's going to have one of them games today. But I also like the fact that Gabriel plays later in the game week. Like, I know he plays today, but he plays after 6 games have already been. So I'll have a very good idea of how good my week's looking prior to Gabriel playing. And then it'll just be like brilliance or just a stroke of genius or just a stroke of absolute madness. Hold on, I've missed a few things here. Tavernier and Bruno F, then you set. Yeah, I'm not interested in Tavernier. Absolutely no interest in Tavernier. He's an analytics love child. D-Unit's got no love for him, really. Bowen blanks the rest of the season. Will you still own him game week 38? To be honest, I don't think he's going to blank the rest of the season, so I think that's out of the way. But if he blanks the next 5 weeks, he's not going to be coming back. Let's put it that way. Good morning from Manchester, UK. Happy Derby Day. A classic 6-1 to City. Oh, mate. Yeah, I just tell you what. That game could go one of 2 ways. It's either going to be a very close game or City are going to roll over the top of us and it's going to be quite an embarrassing day. But I'm hoping for the first. Dina, my team is Verbruggen, Anderson, O'Reilly, Jow, Saka, Sade. I like Sade. Sade's getting so overlooked. He's such a brilliant pick and I think he's fine. And if you're playing... if you're benching Sanchez, that makes a lot of sense. So, yeah, you might as well start your double Brentford attack. Looks pretty good. Jorginho should be sweet this week. He's playing Bournemouth. Your defence probably needs some work. I'd probably start Senesi over Malik Jow, to be honest. Other than that, and I'd start Van Heck. I'd start Van Heck over Jow. I think I'd start Van Heck over Anderson and Jow. Marcus Alonso, elite FPL option. Yes, he was. Yes, Luke, he was. I forgot about him. I like the sound of that too. Foden to Semenyo, then one of the defenders to Gay. Give it a couple of weeks. Yeah, exactly. Card flip. Captain Haaland or Frimpong. All right, Haaland, Frimpong. I want you to go Frimpong. I love it. Absolutely love it. Play for Bruggen, Frimpong, Gabriel, Alderete, Enzo, Foden, Cherky, Rogers, Haaland, Mockins, and bench Creepy, Collins. Yeah, I reckon you probably got it right, Aaron. To be honest, I want to take a -4 on Captain Wilson. Do it. The double game week to triple Captain Haaland sounds like the biggest trap ever. Sounds like an absolute certainty that Marmoush honestly, once Marmoush comes back, Haaland's 100% getting rotated. 100%. Pep's talked about it enough that you just know that when Marmoush comes back, he might even get rotated for the Wolves game, which will be absolutely biblical. There's a stupid temptation. A bit confused on what to do at the moment. My original play was to do Keller to Sanchez and then Bruno G to Bruno F and then maybe a -4 for Gordon or Enzo. But I don't know what to do with Chelsea. I'd just wait for Chelsea. I'd just see how Rossini, if he continues to play this stupid system. Like, Maresca realised that Chelsea defenders and the goalkeeper can't play out from the back. So why sit there? He's come in, and he obviously hasn't realised that all his defenders are non-press resistant. It won't take him long to figure it out. Hopefully it's just not too long. Yes, there is a funny possibility of a 4-4 Man United derby. 100%. I couldn't agree more with that. I could just do Taco to Timber and then Gordon to Bruno F. And then just leave it with Chalobah for Chelsea, or could do Bruno G to Enzo. I'd leave Bruno G. I think Bruno G matches Enzo, even over that run of fixtures. Yeah, that's my gut feel on that one. Gabriel, Timber, Jow, Tarkowski, O'Reilly, Rice, Foden, Semenyo, Enzo, Wilson, Bowen, Haaland, Ekitike, bench 3. I'm benching O'Reilly, Jow, and Enzo. Yep. Those 3. If Mateta goes, Sarr could play up top, and oh, mate, that would be sick. If that happened, everyone would be on Sarr, though. That's the only problem with that. And he's probably on penalties. If Mateta's not there, Sarr's probably on penalties as well, I'd suggest. Yeah. I reckon that's probably what happens there. I feel like Garnacho is going to do well under the new manager. He could. How's Gakpo as Liverpool option? He's not bad, Rahi. Footium, will it be disrespectful to play your bench players against South Park and save your first hit against... Honestly, and that's actually really... It's funny. You won't be able to verse my team because I'm in Division 7, so you guys are going to play only in your divisions, but it is possible to beat my... I mean, my team could lose a game. Like, I'm literally trying to try... I'm flogging the crap out of my players because I want to win Division 1. I want to go straight from Div 8 to Div 7 to Div 6 to Div 5 without any breaks. So without doing that, I have to flog the crap out of my players. I train them, and I do get a few injuries because I overtrain a couple of them. So you got to watch out. If you drop below 50% on any player, there's a high likelihood they'll get injured. And then they're injured for like 2 days and you can't use them. I remember you play 1 game a day, so that's why you've got to rotate your players. Very good question though, Colm. Yeah, I've gone with a smaller squad this season. I'm using my feeder club, which is in Division 8 to... I don't know if anyone's going to end up versing my Division 8 club, but if you run into Dorleyton, that's my feeder club. So I've sent a few players there to develop before they come back to the South Park FC this season. Bruno G's home from kind of makes him a better option. Yeah, exactly. You got smoked on the late mail, right? You got smoked. That was absolutely biblical. Like, I hope Rahi saw that part of the meme when he watched it back, because that was pretty damn funny. It could be a great option this game week. Could be. I'll get an umbrella up. That's an open. All right, let's see who everyone's captaining this week. I think we all know what the answer is. There's going to be a lot of Haaland sheep in here. Who are you captaining this week? All right, there we go. Let's go. Haaland. I'm going to put another City option. Because I feel like a lot of people might be tempted by another City option. Arsenal option. Actually, Haaland or City option. See, I feel like I don't like captaining in the early kickoff, so for me, it's not even an issue. I'm going to put a Liverpool option. And someone else. If it's someone else, just let us know in the comments. I'm intrigued to know what people are looking at. I think I've spelled that right. There's my great grammar again. No capitals in there. I'm so lazy. I'm so lazy at doing it. It's criminal how lazy I am at not using grammar. Gakpo's a rubbish option, by the way, just like Sabozlai. Yeah, it's a dirty 2-point dom, 100%. Very confused on how to get new players on Footium. I want a 100 rated striker. You can't get a 100 rated striker anywhere. The highest they ever get to is 99, and it's potential. You got to train them up that way. So if you want to see a really high-rated player, have a look at some of my players. Some of my legendaries get up to like 95, 97, but they won't get there for a few more seasons yet. I saw it, Luke is a pig. DCL cap. I don't mind the DCL captain. Can't flip the Bowen captain, yes or no? No. The card doesn't like that one. It was on Palmer till the knock. Gone Haaland for self-preservation. Cole enough of a differential on his own, yet fair. Why does every FPL expert hate Bowen? He's the third top-rated forward in the game. And I know, I will not lie, Bowen has been disappointing. But I think that's mainly because of the fact that West Ham have been disappointing more than Jared Bowen. I mean, when you consider that he's playing in the team that's currently 18th in the league and he's somehow still got 8 attacking returns, that's pretty damn good. Like, if you look at Burnley, if you look at Wolves, even if you look at Forest, they're the other 3 teams that are in the bottom 4 at the moment. None of them are anywhere near what Jared Bowen's put out. So, like, yes, he's been annoying, but he's still the 3rd top scoring forward in the game. So, and it's Spurs. You know that old adage that Fergie used to tell his players? Lads, it's Spurs. I've literally rung up Bowen on the blower and said, Bowen, it's Spurs. You know what to do. I'd imagine Ekitike starts today. I'd be very shocked if he didn't. He came off the bench the other day. I'd suggest he starts this game. I think Vert starts as well. Bruno G, captain for me. I don't mind it. Ekitike should play, but how can I get a new player? You can't get new players unless you buy your club. So you can actually buy your caretaker club if you love it that much. They give you the option to actually buy your club and your players. From memory, off the top, I'll get back to you on that one, but I'm pretty confident you can do that. Yeah, and then you can obviously buy players off the market. I'm captaining Verts, 3 million OR. I love it. Fantastic. Yeah, I don't mind the Verts captain. Bowen doesn't have explosive returns people enjoy. I know, he's been so close to getting multiple returns in some of those games where he has scored. So I feel like it's inevitable at some point he will, but no one's going to own him except me probably when that happens. Bowen has 90 points this season, and FPL reviewers got this wrong. Yes, they do. My team is Bruggen and Jow. I'd still be playing Van Heck over Jow and Anderson. Like, Van Heck's playing Bournemouth at home. And you're playing for Bruggen. Like, Van Heck's got to be in your team. And you're a Brighton fan. Come on, football and stuff. You're a Brighton fan. You've got to be playing Van Heck against Bournemouth. I have Bowen. I'm not accepting multiple blanks from a so-called talisman, so he got kicked to the curb. Nice. Fair. Bowen is more of a tick-over player than explode. Yeah, exactly. You've just got to hope. Like, Jared Bowen's one of them players where you've just got to hope you play him the right week. I feel like Bowen's a very good bench rotation. So, as you can see in my team, I've got 8 really good attackers. So, this week it came down to who's got the worst fixture, Bowen or Thiago. I've gone with Thiago, hence I'm playing Jared Bowen. That's all it came down to this week. It could have easily gone the other way, but that's why I've got him, because I do intend on playing both of them and rotating them. That's the idea. Right, it's on. I need to pick a differential captain. It's Cunha out for Semenyo or Enzo. If I do, Semenyo, I'll have 4 City versus Wolves with Gahey. You're a City fan, I'd go Semenyo. Just straight up. I think Enzo's one of them things. It's a bit like Palmer. Like, the cartel are peddling Enzo. They're peddling Palmer. Like, you just don't know how many minutes they're going to get. You don't know how many games they're going to get. At least with Chalobah, you're almost guaranteed he's playing every single game. Like, that's the only reason why I've got Chalobah. It's because he's the only person that's nailed at Chelsea that you don't have to sit there and worry about whether he's going to be rested, whether he's going to be rotated. He's obviously got a fitness... 100% fitness body, whatever you want to call it. Yeah. I hope we get some early City team news. Having Cherky is just... I know. Yeah, that's the problem with City players. Like, the fact that they're all coming back, there's just so much... That's why I benched O'Reilly. It's not because of the fact that I feel like O'Reilly could do really well today, but I don't know if he starts. And if he's not starting, I don't want to play him. So it's just one of them ones. Choose Bowen or Foden. I'd have to pick Foden in that duo. I'd legit have to pick Foden in that duo. I actually think Thiago scores versus Chelsea. He actually could. UK, what I'm punting double Brighton defence. You've got to. You're a Brighton fan, and you're playing Anderson and Jow over Van Heck. Turn it up. Start Reece James or Van Heck. I'd start Van Heck. What's happened to me? I've got too much love for Fulham now as well. Are you a glutton for punishment? Doing a Manchester Derby watch along? Yes, I'll be watching. I am. I've already scheduled it. The Manchester watch along will be happening. It won't be. It will be like the one I did in the FA Cup. So I won't. Obviously, I'll cover the goals and that as they come in for FPL purposes. But it will be a proper Man United watch along. And I'll be able to do some commentary because I know all the City players as well. So I should be able to hopefully do a pretty good job of it with a little bit of luck. And look, it's either going to be very painful and very entertaining for a lot of people. Or it's going to be a come and drown your sorrows if you're a Man United fan. I don't know. Or it could be biblical and we somehow win. It could be. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. I'm prepared for punishment. But I know there's a little bit of hope in me that says that it could still be biblical. So you never know. You never know what can happen. You never know what can happen. Let's be fair. Also, I'm surprised. Like, so many people are not interested in Harry Wilson. Like the fixtures for him, like Leeds away, Brighton at home, Man United away, Everton at home. The only dud fixture in there is Man City away in 26. Until game week 32 when they got Liverpool away, and even that's not a bad fixture. Like outside of Arsenal and Man City, Harry Wilson, I think, will play every single week for me until he gets injured. I just think he's in career form. Like, the dude has been, I can't believe how good he's been. I didn't think he was going to be this good when I bought him, especially with the AFCON boys away. So, like, I bought him when he got the 16, right? And that was just unbelievable. But prior to then, with the AFCON boys there, he was getting a goal, 2 assists, a goal, then obviously exploded in the last week before the AFCON boys left. Then he went quiet 2 of the next 3 weeks. But he's continued to return even without him. Now the AFCON boys are coming back. He's going to be even more of a threat because he's going to get more of the ball. And there's going to be more people for him to hit up and stuff. I just think that I can't believe he's been that good, but he has been. Yeah, I don't think he gets sold. I think he's playing for a new contract or he's playing for that free agency in the summer. Like that's why Harry Wilson, I think, is going to be so good this season. And like I've seen it. Like I remember Marcus Rashford. Marcus Rashford, when he was out of contract that summer, right? What did he have? He had one of those all-timer seasons for Man United. Like he's never played a better 6 months of football in his life. He was scoring and assisting literally every single week. And then he signed the contract and then completely went off the boil. So, like, there is something in it. It's a bit like in the NBA as well, when players are playing for that next contract. They have one of those contract years where their just performance is better. So, I reckon Harry Wilson's going to be great. Yeah, so, yeah, he's going to be... He's putting himself in the shop window. He's also... When you combine those factors in and the form he's in at the moment, he's a no-brainer. Like, under 6 mil, he's the best midfielder in the game under 6 million. And, like, he doesn't need to be on penalties to be the best midfielder. He's just been so good. Come on, Palmer. Silver said he won't be sold exactly unless the Khans have other ideas. Yeah, exactly. Good day, my guy. Good day, buddy. Hello, Murat. Good to see you. Palmer. I mean, what's he going to do? I don't know. Matthew Flackett. Oh, my God. I need my glasses. Raya, Mukiele, Gabriel, Van Heck, Foden, Turkey, Rice, Cunha, Bowen, Haaland, Ekitike. Nope. I wouldn't change anything. Happy days. Very happy days. Yeah, you don't need to do anything this week. I think you got your benching order correct as well. Yeah, I think you're sweet. The only thing I'd say is just if there are any leaks and you find out that one of Turkey or Foden aren't starting, you can easily just swap them with Richards before the deadline. But I don't think we're going to hear anything. That's my gut feel. Garner to Wilson this game week. I have Everton. I know Everton have Leeds at home next week, but Everton are just, yeah, they are. Bowen is on pens at the moment. Well, I don't know. That's an interesting call. I feel like he is. Without Paquetá in the team, Bowen should be on penalties, which... Are they going to win one? I can't rely on penalties. I know that it's nice to have penalty takers in your team, but relying on penalties every single game, they're lucky when they come in. Very lucky when they come in. You can't be going into a game week hoping you get a penalty. Thoughts on Dan Ballard over Mukiele on a wild card? Don't mind it. Yeah, I feel like Ballard's probably better off set pieces. No problem, my friend. Yeah, Ballard's better off set pieces. However, what I would say is Mukiele's just a beast. He's an absolute beast. That dude never gets injured. Even when it's really weird because you really want him to play central defence because then he gets the DC. But when he plays at right back, he's got half a chance of getting it. But he's so attacking at right back. Like, he's actually a really good right back. Like, he actually puts decent balls into the box. There's a reason why. How many assists has he got this season? Oh, he's only got 2 assists. Okay, but I've seen him get close to getting a few more. I actually thought he had more assists than that. I must have been watching a different thing. I don't know what I was watching. On wildcard, go Watkins or Thiago. You got to go Thiago, Eddie. I think. Yeah, get in the chat. It's free. Yep. I have been tempted by a -4 this week, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Because I was thinking of getting O'Reilly out for Timber. But then Timber would need to cover Chalobah by at least 4 points. And I don't know if he does cover Chalobah by at least 4 points. Kelly has long throws. Yeah, he's also got a very good cross as well. Start Alderete or Cunha. To be honest, I'm going to say start Alderete. I really struggle to see Palace scoring. I also really struggle to see Sunderland scoring. I feel like if there's ever a game that had 0-0 written all over it, well, every time I say every game's got 0-0 written all over it, ends up being like 3-4. But it's Palace versus Sunderland. That's got 0-0 written all over it. Start Krupi over Anderson and Zucker? No. I'd start Zucker over both of them. I'd start Krupi over Anderson though. First week owning Mukiele, been a beast all season, should have made the move. So yeah, he's been by far and away the best 4 million defender at the start of the season by some distance. Give the man a like. Yes, please do that, folks. Mate, that's a really interesting. Like when you look at the table, United sacked Amrin and they were 6th. They were 3 points off, I think, the top 4 or whatever it was. They're also 3 points above 12th. So it's very tight in the. Well, it's very tight below 3rd place, pretty much. 4th down to, I think it's 15th or something. There's only like 7 points in it. It's mad. All you need is a couple of wins and you go straight up the table. Reckon Richards is a sell in the upcoming weeks for Gahey going City? Yeah, I feel like it's not going to weaken. I don't think he is a sell for the next 6 weeks. I still think Richards is going to be great. Like, the next 6 fixtures for Palace are really good. Like, really good fixtures. Krupi or Mane this week? It's got to be Krupi. Having said that, though, Newcastle don't keep clean sheets away from home, so maybe it is Mane. That's such a tough one. Let's ask the card. Krupi or Mane? All right, it's going with Mane. There you go. Card reckons Mane's better. Who do I bench for Wilson? Jow. I don't even need to read the other two. I just don't think that Newcastle can defend. That sounds ludicrous. They're in 6th position, but they can't defend. They've forgotten what a clean sheet is. Chelsea's run by idiots, that's why. Yeah. Well, we're run by idiots as well. No, Palace will definitely get another centre-back. Richards is good. He's a hold, yeah. I think they will sign someone. I don't know what the quality will be like. Hopefully it's half decent. Who's the better captain, Ekitike or Wirtz? That's a tough call. I feel like it's Ekitike, but it might be Wirtz because he's a midfield and he's going to get more points and there's a strong chance of a clean sheet. It's a really tough one. It's a toss of the card. Let's ask the card. Wirtz versus Ekitike. All right, card reckons Ekitike. Do you think Saka gets benched or... I think he gets reduced minutes this week, yes. Yeah, that's why I think if you've got Saka, I think at this stage of the season, he's probably a sell. But that's just my feel. I've owned him once this season, which was at the beginning of the season. Once he got injured, I haven't had him back. I just don't think he's been worth it. At all. Bournemouth has rumoured to sign a Semenyo replacement, so Krupi might... Yeah, exactly. That is interesting. Chelsea is idiot. Cunha and O'Reilly out for Rice and Timber or Bruno plus cash? It's got to be Rice and Timber. Had everything planned till game week 30, but now only have 10 playing this... Wow. Wow, what? What happened there, Samantha? Jesus. That's really... Who's all of a sudden not playing? Who have you got that's just... I'd take a -4, to be honest with you. Brazilian playing O'Reilly over Thiago, so many routes to... Yeah, many routes to points. I love it. Routes to points. Is there routes to points or is there routes to no points? Why don't they say that? He's got no routes to points rather than he's got routes to points. Should be one or the other, surely. Routes to points. Why is it routes? It should be avenues. Avenues to points. Access to points. So many better words than roots. Oh, Gahey. Oh, that's unlucky. Yes, okay. That's annoying. That's really annoying. I'd take a -4 for one of your other players and just... I wouldn't wildcard. If you've only got 10 this week, I'd take the -4. Gahey's going to be fine for next week. Oh, Palmer will be fine. Palmer will play today, I reckon. I wouldn't be stressed. You've got 11 players. Palmer's going to play. I would be shocked if Palmer didn't play today. I've been racking my brain. Rodgers or Shard this week. Oh, Jesus, that's a tough call. It's got to be Rodgers. Out of those two, it's got to be Rodgers this week. He's at home. Would you start out of Bowen and Croupy? Bowen. Plan to use my 3 free transfers. Keane, Saka and Cunha to Mukiele, Rice and Bruno. Sexy. Nothing wrong with those moves. Newcastle have 5 defenders of injuries and oh yeah, exactly what Rob just said. Van de Ven this game week. I don't know, man. West Ham are crap off set pieces, so Van de Ven might actually be a pretty good shout. So I don't mind him, but I wouldn't want him in my team long term. No point to root. Start Van Heck or Anderson? Van Heck. Palmer will play just possibly. Yeah, I think Palmer plays 70 minutes today, minimum. I'm pretty confident in saying that, I think. Dewsbury Hall stepped up his workload and training. Is recovering well, expected back very soon. Probably game week 23 or 24. Yeah, to be honest, he is definitely an option. I mean, Everton's fixtures are not horrible. From next week onwards, they've got Leeds, Brighton, Fulham, Bournemouth, Man United, Newcastle, Burnley. I mean, they're pretty good up to game week 30. You want to get off on game week 30, Arsenal, Chelsea, Brentford, Liverpool, Man City, 5 of the next 6 after that. So up to game week 30, yeah, I don't mind it. He's probably a pretty good shout, and most people probably got a wild card or whatever around that time anyway. Finn Glasner's going to come in for United job in the summer. Look, he's eyeing up something bigger. He's got Premier League experience. I don't think he'd be a horrible appointment. But then again, we've seen Frank go to Spurs this season, and just because Frank was a good manager with Brentford, if you drop him into a club that's pathetic, and Man United, I'll categorically say, are a pathetically run club, you can ruin a manager. I mean, Amron, I think, is actually a very elite manager. He just, unfortunately, was sold a lie, wasn't bought the players that he needed for his system to work, and then they've just turned him into a scapegoat. They literally bought him 4 players that he could use and he plays a certain system, and the biggest issue in that team was always midfield in his system, and they didn't buy him a midfielder. Like, you wonder why it didn't work. Because we're run by a bunch of flogs. They just want to milk the club for all it's worth. If Palmer plays, I'll have 11, so just go with it. Yeah, I'd just leave it. Yeah, I reckon Palmer will play. If you're very confident in the other 10 players, I reckon you're going to have 11. Giving me grief and wants to bring in a Spurs asset. That is pretty funny, to be honest. Are you thinking to bring in any more Chelsea players? I'm not sold on Enzo. You know what? If I go for a Chelsea attacker, I don't actually know who I'd go for. I don't think Enzo's the answer, you know. I feel like I could be tempted. I feel like Garnacho might get an explosion at Chelsea. Like over those fixtures, Garnacho might be the one. High upside, no one's going to buy him. Low owned, and just hope that he just does what he did against Arsenal the other night. I reckon that's tempted. That's where I'm tempted to go. It sounds stupid because it makes no sense to me in my own head, but I feel like I could be getting one up on a few people. And we need a club who back him will. Yeah, exactly. 100% agree with that. Should I buy Palmer? I wouldn't be buying Palmer. He's not worth the money. 10.4 for Palmer is out of this world. If you're buying new, I would be just avoiding. Bruno G's way better for the money. Way better for the money. I don't think we'll get team leaks. We haven't got them all season. We haven't had team leaks pretty much all season. And Man City have played in the early kickoff quite a few times now. So either they're not sharing them or whatever, I don't know. I would say keep as many chips as you can for the yeah. It seems a good option, especially if you want to attack. Yeah, so I'm just going to be throwing Hail Marys when we come to wildcarding and that. I'm going to be going with the most ridiculous team and hoping that I can just roar it in. I mean, it's going to be high. The ultimate high risk reward is what I'll be doing. Dirty 2-point Dom this week, you reckon? Yep, I reckon. Heck, I'd get Esteval. Yeah, he could be an option as well. Give De Zerbi the job. I feel Garnacho too. Yeah, De Zerbi could be okay. Again, they need players. And have you seen our ownership? They just the PR merchants. They feed crap to the press. That's all they're good at. Feeding crap to the press. You dingus. Luke, how does the Diaz bus team own you? That's the cards team, Rahi. And it's just pure fluke what that brings in. Road to 10K, hit the like, subscribe, and high buttons. Share the stream. Thank you very much, Rob. Yes, thank you, Murat. Cherky is the most wasted talent due to him playing for City. Mate, yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a world where Cunha gets dropped today. And Ahmad and Mbumo both play partnering Sheshko. I feel like that's what I would like to see. It's going to be interesting to see what Michael Carrick picks. I'm very intrigued to see. Enzo looks like he might be playing in the pivot, so probably less returns. Yeah, you would think so. Good. Any Arsenal forward midfield punts? Already have Gab and Rice. Want to get rid of Saka and I don't want double defence. Trossard's the one, but again, his minutes are just such a risk. That'd be the only one. De Bruyne coming to Man United. I mean, that would be jokes, wouldn't it? It's not going to happen. Free Eze wasted at Arsenal. Yeah, he is. He's literally had... His minutes have dived off a cliff. Completely dived off a cliff. Yeah, my dude, all the way from Norway again. Hello, buddy. Love this stuff. Start one, Gordon, Thiago, or Tavernier. You got to start Gordon against Wolves. Out of those three, it's got to be Gordon against Wolves. Even though he's been rubbish, you got to play the fixture, and Wolves is the easiest fixture this week out of that lot. If Cherky played for United, he'd be benched for the GOAT Dallo. I mean, under Amrin, he would have been, yeah. You're right. You're actually right. He would have been wasted here as well. I'd hold fire on Cherky until after today's game. Look, the Manchester derby's hard to pick in any game week, let alone with a new manager. New caretaker manager, whatever you want to call it, new interim manager. I don't even know what they're calling Carrick. But I'd just be holding fire. I quite like Liam Delap as an option. Yeah, I think Liam Delap could be a really good option. He really could be a good option. I don't mind Delap at all. I think he could be really good. Oh my God, I've cut myself there. Now the Gay has joined City, do you think they will catch up with Arsenal? To be honest, Arsenal drop points, the pressure's going to be right on because you just feel City have bought Semenyo and Gahey. They want to win this year. Like they obviously want to win this year. I don't know if that's a sign that Pep's leaving. It might be. I mean, I remember what Fergie did in his final year. They bought him Robin Van Persie and Robin Van Persie won him the league. So I feel like that's the kind of play it is. But yeah. Oh, start 2, bench 1. I'd probably bench Thiago and play Tavernier. Just. But Tavernier is now on penalties apparently for Bournemouth, so either one is a penalty taker, apparently. If Glazers sell the club, I beg they'd take that. Mate, I just hope that whoever the new manager is sells Dallo, sells Xerxes, just... The club needs to wake up that these players are not United caliber players. They're not even Wolves caliber players. They're just crap players. Like, Xerxes wouldn't even get in the Wolves team. I don't think Dallo might because he's Portuguese, but I don't think they would. and they're the last team in the league. I'm thinking of getting Wilson for Cherky, or should I... to be honest, I love the Wilson move. I think Wilson's going to be great. Just think he will be. Got a feeling Arsenal bottling it. It's just a matter of time. Let go ahead's not get the minerals to win the Premier. Fair. Tav on pens too. Ekatike's captain. I'm scared of taking on. Mate, I'd just take him on. It's the early kickoff. You'll know straight after. Like, you could be happy days at what is it? 3 o'clock this afternoon. You might be like, Haaland's got a 2-pointer. Happy days. Roll on. Roll on. How many pens will Bournemouth likely get? Probably not many, is the honest answer. I'm an Arsenal fan. Are you crazy for captaining Gabriel? We've been lucky to not concede. I'm captaining Wilson. Leeds defence are rubbish. Yeah, I'm tempted by Wilson captain. I'm not going to lie. I might change it yet. I'm thinking about it. I think the midfielder coming to United who used to play in the Prem is Ruben Neves. No, apparently it's not Ruben Neves. Ruben Neves. Neves? How do you say his name? No, it's not him. Apparently, good authority from what I've been watching. It's not him. I was planning to get in Gabriel by downgrading Ekitike to Mateta for Gameweek 23, but now with Mateta rumours, I'm sceptical and can't get to Gabriel in one transfer. Any other forwards? DCL unit. If you haven't got him, he's probably a really good option. And not a Ugarte mention of selling. Oh, mate, Manuel Ugarte needs to be shown the door as well. I forgot we owned him. I forgot we owned that idiot. Reports state that Casemiro's contract will get extended. Not a surprise. Didn't Tavernier take the ball off Krupi? Maybe Krupi was meant to take them. Neves. There we go. Neves. I've got it right. Weston McKennie. Yeah, I've heard rumours it could be McKennie. I've heard rumours it could be Billy Gilmore, Scott McTominay, some bloke that plays in Loftus-Cheek, yes. If it's any of them, I've got... what's that going to do? Another injury waiting to happen in the team. Clap, clap. That's the Glazers and Ineos down to a T, isn't it? Is it worth starting Dorgu? No, it's not worth starting Dorgu. Hello, Seth. Dubravka, Alderete, Hall, Gabriel, Palmer, Saka, Rogers, Bruno G, Wilson, Creepy, Jr., Haaland. I plan to get rid of Bruno G for Bruno F somewhere around Game Week 24. Triple captain Haaland today. Good. No, don't triple captain Haaland today. Don't do it. If you've got triple captain, save it for a double game week. On anyone that plays in a double, that's it. That's all you need to do, Seth. That's all you need to do, mate. Yeah. It's like the rumour is, mate, Ekitike Wilson. To be honest, I don't mind either. I think both are really good today. Ekitike Wilson could both bang. It's pronounced, yes, Neves. Oh my God. How did I read that so poorly? Neves. There we go. Nailed it. 5th time of asking. Slab back to 300k weight bench warming. What a life. Yeah, legit. Dorgu's my vice. Oh dear. Definitely getting Paul Scholes back from retirement. Hey, he'd probably run the midfield better than the idiots out there at the moment. Yeah, imagine that. Just rolling them out. They play in the Masters League. They're not in the Premier League. Just pull them back out. I disagree with the TC half the time. Yeah, true. I feel like some players you can nail, though. Do you think Voltamata will start? No idea. It's a toss of the card. I feel like they need to start Vissa, but I could be wrong. If you also had Ekitike, who would you captain? Bowen, Ekitike, or Wilson? I'd captain Ekitike. Think I'm going to jump on Wilson captain this week? To be honest, I might do it as well, you know. There is something about... I like punting. I really like punting. But I feel like I want to watch that Arsenal game against Forest. I just don't feel... Forest aren't scoring against Arsenal. Like, I don't... Arsenal fans in the chat, do you really think Forest are going to score against Arsenal tonight? Like, and who's going to score if they do score? Because, like, Igor Jesus doesn't really concern me. Like, who's actually going to score for Forest today against Arsenal? And the way that Forest play, Gabriel's getting the DC today comfortably. TC Gabriel's the guy. I reckon, yeah, triple captain Gabriel in the double game week for Arsenal is definitely my ploy. Just have Gary Neville on the pitch to rage the snowflakes. I love it. I get double game weeks are on the way, but thoughts on using on Haaland against Wolves? I think Haaland could be benched against Wolves, you know. I think Marmouche might start next week. Goal and assist for Wilson. I think the game is 3-3. You're a gambling man, do you? Yeah, I love a gamble. Morgan Gibbs White. Hi, mate. I'm doing a free hit. Who would you start, Cherky or Aronson? Aronson, all day long. I think there's goals in that Leeds Fulham game today. There's goals in that game. They can do a sneaky goal. Forest attack is so too. I know. That's why I just think that Gabriel's a no-brainer this week. Like, Forrest are not scoring goals. Hudson-Odoi, Weldy, I mean, yeah. I feel like if Forrest are going to score, it's going to be a Weldy. It's not going to be a well-worked goal. It's just going to be a moment of absolute brilliance from probably Hudson-Odoi or Gibbs-White. It's not going to be Igor Jesus. Which is why I feel like when I looked at it this week, I was like, Gabriel captain, no-brainer. Like in my head, when I first looked at it, I was like, Gabriel captain, and I thought, Verts vice. And then the more the week's gone on, the more I've seen Wilson, I'm like, I'm really tempted by Wilson. But every time I'm tempted, I end up getting it wrong. So I feel like just stick with what I originally thought about it and just go with Gabriel. The reason they score is because losers are concentration. Yeah, exactly. There it is. Yep. Card call, Wilson or Gakpo for the next 2 game weeks. I think it's got to be Wilson, surely. Let's ask the card. All right, Wilson versus Gakpo. Oh, well, the card's gone Gakpo. There you go. That's all I know. I really want Salah to come back and fire. I know. I'm hoping he comes back. To be honest with you, if he comes back and he looks half decent, I'm probably going to roll the dice and sell Haaland and bring in Salah because I need to make up points. And what better way of just pure and utter gambling against Haaland and hoping that Salah comes back and just starts firing. I mean, that'd be the rise from the ashes, really. Raya, Gabriel, captain, Gahey, Tarkowski, Cash, Bruno G, Rice, Foden, Bowen, Walkers, Haaland, bench, Sade, Collins, Grealish, Dubravka suggestions. I think based on your team and its lineup this week, I think it makes a lot of sense with what you've done. But Gahey's not going to be playing. Gahey's going to be out, so you're going to get Collins off your bench. No, you're going to get Sade off your bench. Yep. So you'll get Sade in. Gahey's not available this week. He's going to be playing for City. So, yeah. Hi man, triple captain Verts tonight. I'll just hold the chip, but feel free to captain Verts. Cooking Trig and Gary tonight in the pubcast. Bloody well hope so, Rahi. I mean, if Gabriel delivers a masterclass and Haaland blanks, it's going to be biblical again on the pubcast, and I'll be like, look at these sheep. Good to see sheep back in the chat. Rillo, I'd save triple captain for I'd save it as well for a double game week. I need to catch the number 1 A team, so same plan. I know the A team, man. His team is so differential. That's how he's winning FPL. His team's very different. Free hit team maximum. I mean, you want to really, if you're free hitting, you want to take on the high owned players and hope that you've got it right. More often than not. And you can forget Gabriel getting a goal with Milinkovic, who is like 6'8", and I agree. I don't have Gabriel getting a goal today or an assist, but I do have Gabriel getting bonus, a clean sheet, and the DC, which still puts him on about 10 to 11 points. That's my feel. That's why I think Gabriel captain's pretty good this week. Salah's still 14% owned. I know, it's mad. It's all the dead teams from the beginning of the year that just haven't touched their teams. So there's probably still people with Salah captain as well, believe it or not. Although, you know, yeah, so I think that, yeah, like lots of people just set and forget teams. Like I know a few of my friends, they put in 2 teams. So one team at the beginning of the season, they just pick 15 players and they let it run. Because there's always a couple of teams every season that finish in the top 5K with no moves made, no chips used, and they just picked a really good 15 players. So I feel like a lot of teams that have Salah in are like that, or people that have just given up on the game. I already own Gabriel and Rice. I want to sell Saka to one of Enzo or Rogers. So I'd hold fire until we get a bit more info on the Chelsea, and then maybe you go with Chelsea mid. No, there wouldn't be 14%. It's just some teams are set and forget. Like legit set and forget teams. D-Tuck, hello. Play Mukiele or Chalobah. You got to play Mukiele. You got to play Mukiele over Chalobah this week and play the rest. Salah is technically 0%. Lol, that's even madder. Yeah, that is crazy. Ekitike, Haaland or Thiago as captain. Ekitike for me, out of those 3. My prediction is that people will start to buy Salah again game week 26 and sell Haaland. probably. I mean, Haaland's been disappointing. There's no word of a lie about that. He's been very meh. Very meh. Timber hauls today, Gabriel armband. Yeah, he could. Timber could definitely haul today with the way that Forest play. I could agree with that. I could see that. Would you go with Enzo on wildcard? If I was on wildcard this week, I'd be tempted. I still think there's better players than Enzo in the midfield that I'd want instead. I don't even know if I want a Chelsea attacker, to be honest. I feel like they can be taken on. Has ruined the game, hasn't it? Like, there's not much point going for cheap options you think might get the odd goal. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. The ceiling is low for Gabriel since... You make a really good point about that. That's a really good argument. I don't even know what to say to that, other than the fact you're probably correct. I might get convinced by that comment, you know. Play Cherky or Semenyo? Semenyo. How many active players do you reckon are still playing FPL out of the near 13 mil? At least 4 million. At least. How many goals are United conceding? At least one. At least one, I reckon, Tommy. You know what? Now you make a really... I mean, like, what has Wilson been putting up the last few weeks? 0.63, 0.43, 0.12, 0.19. And they were against hard teams as well. Palace are always a difficult team, so I'm not surprised you blank that. And Forest play a different way as well. Leeds don't. The dude is in some form, isn't he? There's something about it I really like now. That guy's got me thinking. That guy's got me thinking. I need to think about that for the next 50 minutes. I'm tempted. I'm very tempted. I'm not going to lie. I agree with I think that in Gameweek 2 most people would start to go for Chelsea. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, fair. At least 3. Does Sanchez start? You'd think so. You'd think so. You'd think he would. Wilson got a goal off the bench, an assist to the assist, and an assist in the FA Cup. He's brilliant. I feel like the way I've been talking about him this week as well, I feel like I'd be doing myself a disservice if I didn't captain him as well. Like, he has to get an attacking return to beat Gabriel. I feel like Gabriel's 100% getting at least 6 points today. Probably 8. I reckon Gabriel's getting at minimum 8 points today. That's what it comes down to. Like, I think that the clean sheet is completely locked. I think the DC is locked. That's 8 points minimum. Now, depending how many goals Arsenal score, if he's on 8 points minimum, he could well be on for bonus, which would put him at 9 or 10, which means Wilson would need to get at least a goal in order to match it. That's what it comes down to. I'll ask the card later on, see what it thinks. I think Cherky will start Semenyo bench. I reckon Semenyo starts all day long. Declaring the scoreline, Man United 2, City 2. I don't mind it, Murat. I could live with that scoreline. Leeds do not concede a lot at home, but still it's a fun captain. Yep. They did concede a lot of goals the other week, though. That was away, though, wasn't it? And at home against Liverpool and United, they were cagey affairs. I mean, the Leeds game against Liverpool at home was 3-3, wasn't it? Was 3-3, wasn't it? Yeah. And they conceded 1-1 against Man United. I mean, that game could have been anything as well. That game was so open for both teams in that second half. Oh, it's a tough call. It's a tough call. Forest in the top 3 for most goals conceded from set pieces in Europe. That's mad. That's a mad stat. Yep, join the group. Wilson brace. What group, Chili? That's the WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group chat. It's a D unit group chat. There's 280 people in there. So it's not for the timid or the meek or the mild. It's for the lunatics. It's for the lunatics. I benched Thiago. Hopefully pays off. I'm 100% benching Thiago. That has not come into my. I just think he's the worst 8th attacker I've got this week, so I've got to bench him. Yeah, for me it's easy, that one. Bench Croupy or Miley? That's a really tough one. I'd probably bench Croupy. Sounds like my kind of group. It is. It's mad. Reckon it's worth a -4 to get rid of Cherky? No. Yeah, see, I think if Cherky comes off the bench, it's probably not that bad. Like, Cherky coming off the bench is not terrible. Does that make sense? It's not like terrible that he comes off the bench, because I feel like Man United, we concede our goals in the last 20 minutes of games. So if he's coming off the bench, he's probably coming off the bench for the last 20, which is probably when we're going to concede. Find me in the group, Yoda. The Murat. Murat's up and about. Number 1 admin. Won the score predictions last week in Game Week 21. I mean, his team's a basket case, but he's in good spirits regardless. I want to know what the card thinks of Gabriel versus Wilson captain. You think Semenyo's a good option? I think Semenyo's fine. If you've got Semenyo on your team, I would not be selling. Let me just put it down there. I wouldn't be buying at the moment, just to double check. But I feel like if you've bought him for 60 million in January, you probably start in most games. And he can't play in the last 2 European Champions League group games because of a technicality, I think, more than anything else. So I think that he'll be fine. I think he'll start, is the honest answer. Mukiele all day long. And yeah, I think Mukiele is going to keep a clean sheet against Palace. Yeah. I mean, I don't think there's going to be much in it. I reckon there's a point or two in that, to be honest. I reckon Garner gets a minimum 4 points. Mukiele probably gets 4 points as well. 6 maybe, if you're lucky. Maybe gets 8. That's why I'm playing him. I can't believe I'm playing Mukiele over O'Reilly and Tarkowski. I hope I've got that right. I feel like I've got that right. Cherky still gets random goals, assists coming off the bench, exactly, so I won't be too worried about that. How do you see Carrick setting up for the derby? Honestly, I've heard rumours he's going to play a back 3. I've heard rumours he's playing a back 4. My honest guess, what I would like to see, it's not going to happen what I would like to see, but what I would like to see is I would like to see Le Mans in goal. I'd like to see Martinez and Lenny Yoro in the centre-back positions. I'd like to see Luke Shaw at left-back. I'd like to see Dorgo at right-back. Just anyone else other than Diego Dallo at right-back, just so I can start the game off in positive spirits. Then I'd like to see Casemiro and Kobbie Mainoo in the centre of midfield. Bruno just in front of them. I'd like to see Ahmad off the left and Bouma off the right and Šeško up top. That's the lineup I would like to see. If I was managing the team this week, that is the lineup I would be playing. I'd be benching Cunha. I think he's been absolutely horrendous. And he probably needs benching to realise that you're not at Wolves anymore, mate. You need to pick up your performances. So that's my gut feel on that one. That's what I would do. Yeah. Who are you starting instead? Who are you benching instead, though, Nightmare? Like, everyone else has got huge potential with better fixtures this week than Thiago. Like Declan Rice. You're not benching him. You're not benching Foden against Man United. You're not benching Bruno G against Wolves. You're not benching Wirtz against Burnley. You're not benching Haaland against United. And you're not benching Bowen against Tottenham. And you're definitely not benching Wilson against Leeds. So, like, it has to be Thiago. He's the worst of the 8 attackers with the fixtures. Yes, he's in great form. And yes, he might return. But if I'm being objectively analytical of everyone else's fixtures in my team this week, Thiago's the worst. which I get he might return. He might very well return. But that's my thinking behind it. Yeah, see, I've got more faith in Bowen than Thiago. So if Paqueta's not playing, I believe that Bowen's also on penalties. And he's playing a Spurs team that I definitely still think, even with the new manager playing out from the back for Chelsea, Spurs are still much worse defensively than what Chelsea are. So that's my line of thinking. And I hope I've got it right. Captaining the DCL unit this week, I like it. I can get aboard with that. I got Mukiele over Lacroix. Don't mind it as well. Good morning, Murat. What do Murat? Thoughts on Lindelof? Turn it up, Luke. Piss off for that comment. He's horrendous. How's he getting a game at Aston Villa? It's just a joke. I can't believe he's getting games. Bloody Lindelof. He's horrendous. And yet he's starting for Aston Villa and they're third in the league. Oh, just another United. I mean, I'm just glad that some of these players are no longer at the club. I just wish there was more of them shown the door. Like, sell Xerxes, fire sale him, sell him for free. Get rid of Dallo. Just rip up his contract. Rip up his contract. Make everyone's lives a bit more happier and merry that support Man United. Just rip that dude's contract up. Pay him what he's owed and just show him the door. That's what I'd do. If I owned Man United and I had all that money, I'd just rip up the contract and say, piss off, there's the door, get your stuff. Like, how many more years of pain do we have to watch? Diego Dallo outlasting 7 United managers is criminal. Is absolutely criminal. Luke Shaw, FYI, I think has seen off about 10. Like, how do these players keep surviving? It's just, it just pains me. It tears at my insides. Chelsea I know, I've seen that. The Wolves Spurs, yeah, I agree. I just think that Chelsea are luckier. Yeah, and red cards obviously been hugely pivotal in that. Brentford generally good. Yeah, that's also the other thing. So Brentford are much better at home than away. That's also the reason. I know they smashed Everton away recently, but historically this season, Brentford have not been as good away from home as at home. So that's also part of my thinking. No, I'm not bench boosting. I don't think this is the week to bench boost. Q 30 points on the bench for the D Units team on Monday morning. And I'm like, yeah, should have done that. Should have done it. Guaranteed, I reckon I'll go close to 20 points on the bench this week. I don't know who's going to get the points on the bench this week, but some idiots will be getting the points on the bench. It might even be O'Reilly, you know. He could get like a 13-pointer on the bench. Thoughts on Gittins? No. Better doubles coming for... Yeah, exactly. Doesn't Brentford love playing? Yeah, they do. So Brentford actually have a really good record against Chelsea in general at the Bridge. But like, I said that about Foden against Brentford away, and he had the chances, he just didn't return. So like, sometimes the record doesn't quite align to what actually happens. It normally is a pretty good precursor though. I won't lie. It normally is a pretty good precursor. I think screaming is. I'd rather pick Phil Jones over... Oh, mate. Where is Phil Jones? Is he still playing at some level? Is he coaching? He's doing something. How? I mean, that dude was injured for years. And he got a new contract, then he was injured. I don't understand how that happened. There needs to be a study into some of the contracts that have been awarded at Man United. Like, how can I sign up? Can the Glazers employ the D unit and just pay me... I don't know. I'd be happy with like £1,000 a week. Just £1,000 a week. I'll make crap content for you. I'll be Glazers in. Pay me £1,000 a week and I would happily do it. Criminal. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get how some of these people have got away with it for so long. Ask the card, what is more likely? Dallo making it 10 years at Man United or the D unit getting another top 5K? It's got to be a D unit getting another top 5K. Dallo 10 years, D unit top 5K. This better be top 5K. Oh my God, Dallo more likely to get 10 years. You've got to be kidding me. See, that's how you know I'm not lying. When I do these flips, because I would have just said it was more likely to be me. But the card reckons Dallo's got 10 years locked in, because I'm definitely getting another top 5K. I feel it's Tarkowski. It could be Tarkowski, you know. Last on the bench. It's a couple of times I've had last on the bench get me huge hauls this season. I had Mukiele 11 points last on the bench a few weeks ago. Shall I take a hit to get out Minte? And if I wouldn't be taking a hit to get Minte, I think Minte will be fine this week. Apparently he's back as an option. I think he probably... will he start? I don't know. You never know with Hersley. He's a really hard manager to read. It's a real potluck. Jonathan Bell here. Don't know. Is there a Bell here? Nightmare stirring that pot. Yeah. Well, I'm happy to ask the card anything. Richard Davis. My football team is so desperate that email Heskies Casada's joined us on loan. Phil Jones is like a coach in the United Academy. Yes, I think he is. I think you're right. Annie Burns. Okay, I don't think Annie Burns is in here, Murat. The card is in one of those moods. I know. I can't trust it now. I was going to ask it about Wilson versus Gabriel captain, but if it's telling me that I've got no chance of another top 5K, actually, maybe it's just saying that Dallo's a lock for 10 years and the D unit's also a lock for 5K again. Maybe you asked the wrong question, Nightmare. Maybe is D unit a lock for top 1K in the future. Man, you generally have one of the worst backlines in the Premier League and the central mid isn't much better. Only position you have 3 number 10s if you qualify for European football next season. Mate, we are not qualifying for Europe. I think Man United will struggle to finish in the top 10. I think that if they lose the next 2 games, which is high probability, I don't think we finish in the top 10. Go the Owls. What a signing. Feels wrong benching Bowen, but if Rice, Rogers, Wirtz, Foden, Wilson, Haaland, well, you're right. I'd probably bench Bowen with those other attackers as well. I think you'd be, yeah. I would bench Bowen in your team. If I had that team, I'd bench him as well. I feel like for me, when I look at your team, it would be between Rogers and Bowen, and you've got to play Rogers. He's at home against Everton, whereas Bowen's away against Spurs. Even though Spurs are rubbish, Everton just look weak at the moment, I think. Maybe we can climb from -9 to 0 points this season. Possible. Start Thiago or Wilson. It's got to be Wilson. It's got to be Wilson out of those two. And Captain Ekitike Ahana. I would Captain Ekitike if I had him. Yep. Tommy, we had to get an emergency keeper as well. Oh, wow. What's going on there? Like, are they just falling apart at the seams? Yeah, bench booster. Yeah. I don't believe in the team enough for a bench boost this week. Like, I've got a strong possibility that O'Reilly could get benched. Thiago blanks. Sanchez concedes a goal. Tarkowski concedes a goal. Like, what? I don't think it's... Like, I could see it going the other way. I could see clean sheets. Actually, if it's a clean sheet for Sanchez, then Thiago's blanking. Or I could see Thiago returning and Sanchez blanking. And O'Reilly could start. He could get, I mean, it's possible that team gets like 30 points on the bench this week. It's also possible to get 6. Like, it's either going to be feast or famine on the bench this week. I'm just hoping it's famine rather than feast. I wouldn't captain Wilson. He's getting returns, but not major hauls, bar that one. Gabriel, more haul potential, in my opinion. To be honest, I'd go with a form player with the best fixture, Captain Wirtz. Well, that's why I've got Wirtz vice-captain, to be honest. Bench Bowen or Thiago. Close call. I feel Bowen returns versus Spurs. Bowen returns versus Spurs. Yeah, see, that's why I've gone with Bowen instead of Thiago. Welcome to the fan club, Stephen Hay. Thank you very much for joining, getting your badge in. Sexy stuff. Much appreciated. 280K in the world. Really, really times 100 thinking of Frimpong captaincy this week, but going against Haaland could kill me. Yes, this is the thing. You've got to have some metal about you, some nerve to do it. Obviously, I've done it multiple times this year, and I did it last year as well, multiple times as well, with more success, generally speaking, last year. But in recent times, I have had success taking on Haaland. So hopefully it's another week. And like, I never captain in the early kickoff. Like, it's blanket rule for me. I don't care who the team is. I don't care how good the player is. I never captain in the early kickoff. So that ruled out Haaland and Foden for me straight out the gate, and O'Reilly this week because they're in the early kickoff. So for me, that was the end of that. And yes, they might have a great fixture. They might be playing Man United, who don't know what a clean sheet is. But it is the early kickoff, and it's my own superstition. It's just the way I play the game, and I never captain in that game, ever. So, yeah, that's why I'm not captaining either of them. That's why neither of them even have the vice captaincy on them, is because of the fact I just do not trust the early kickoff. It's just part of my way of playing the game. You got to start them both, surely. I just seen, would you start Wilson or DCL? You've got to start them both. For me, you've got to start them both. O'Reilly and Sanchez to Roofs and Timber for hits, then bench boost. Yeah, you could. But that's a -8, and then you'd really need your bench to get huge points in order to make it work. That doesn't feel good. Play Reece James or Mukiele. If in doubt, go with the home player is one of my basic rules. Yep. Yes. Yeah, so DCL unit over Wilson in that case. Play Enzo. That's got to be Wilson. It's got to be Wilson over Enzo. Surely. Looks like the cartel all about Tavernier. Mad because I like the thought of having him. So the Tavernier, I kind of understand the Tavernier pick a little bit more. Like, I know that he's hot on the analytics programs, which is why he's getting peddled by the cartel, because they believe that Bournemouth are going to win a penalty every single game. That's essentially what it comes down to. Are they going to win a penalty every single game? I'd suggest probably not, is the honest answer to that. I mean, I don't know. I think Bournemouth have had 2 penalties this season. They might have had 3. I feel like I've seen Semenyo score 1. Semenyo miss 1. There might have been a third one in there somewhere. They might have had 3 penalties. I'm sure they've had 3 penalties. See, I think if you gave me the choice between Aronson and Tavernier, I'd pick Aronson all day long. I just feel like Aronson is in hot form. Leeds look like they are scoring quite a few goals at the moment, and he's involved. I know Buonawate's come in. It might throw a spanner in the works. But like, if you wanted my gut feel on it, I think I'd go Aronson over Tavernier. Just because of the fact I am concerned for Bournemouth. Like, losing Semenyo, I don't think people are realising the impact that's going to have. Like, there's no Clivert in the team. He's out injured as well. Like, I get that Tavernier is going to see a lot of the set pieces, etc., etc. But the team's significantly weaker going forward. I don't know. For me, I don't get it. I don't think I'm sold by Tavernier, is the honest answer to that. Chalobah or Alderete, I'd play Alderete. Aronson, yep, he's great. Could be another dirty Dom. Oh, mate, it could be. I think that Tavernier is better than a dirty 2-point Dom, though, to be honest. I'll openly admit I think he's better, only because of the fact he's 1.1 million less. That's probably a good start to do with it. Chances of getting City leaks, no idea. I'm gutted. Wildcard 19, got 4 flags. Now basically gone back to my old team and used them like that. That hurts, Andrew. I really want to start both Wilson and DCL. My other attackers are Foden, Bruno G, Bruno Fernandes, Rice. Oh, wow. Okay, I see your problem. Part of me is like, you should bench one of Bruno or Foden. Bruno Fernandes, sorry, should I say? I just said Bruno, and I was like, hold on, you've got both Brunos in there. I feel like I'd be tempted to bench one of them and play Wilson and DCL unit. It seems weird because you're benching a bloke that's like either 8.7 is Foden, 8.7, and Fernandes is 9.1. But I think that I'd do that. I don't know why. I just feel like they both need playing this week. Gravenberch, Rodgers, DCL, pick 2. DCL unit, Rodgers. Matoma's the one. Yeah, Matoma could also be really good. Thoughts on De Zerbi is possible. I don't know. I don't actually care who the next Man United manager is. I've stopped caring. Until the owners are gone, I don't think we're going to do anything. Like we're never going to be back. We're never going to be back with the ownership of the Glazers milking the cow until the cow's dead. And Sir Jim, who's more interested in building a circus tent than actually making the football team good again. So until the owners are completely sold up and we've got new ones, and all I hope is that the Glazers do the drag-along rights and someone comes in and bids whatever the hell the magic number is for them to sell up, and that forces the club into a full sale. That is the only salvation that can deliver Man United from this infamy that we're currently in. Who's going to win the Pubcast Host League? Nightmare's going to come back and win it. I'm calling it. Gary's going to bottle it. Trig's going to play conservative, which means that when Nightmare's going to pick a couple of picks, I reckon, at some point, that are going to launch him straight over the top of him. And I hope that he gets both me and his luck all in one. Just so I can be there riding the journey with him. That's what I would like to have happen. It would be a reward for being different. And I feel like that's what FPL needs. A reward for being different. Start 2 out of Tarkowski, Mateus Nunes, Raul Jimenez and Thiago. I would start Raul and Mateus Nunes. Probably Trig as he plays the most cautious. See, I reckon that's why Trig won't win it. He'll play all these defensive moves, but then, see, the thing is, you'll get to like wildcard 32, right? Now, if me and Nightmare, I reckon we're within even 70 points at that particular moment in the season, I reckon me and Nightmare are going to go high-risk approach and go, you know what, stuff it. What's the difference between finishing 1 million and overtaking these people? Brilliance. Or just a mess season just continues to be meh. So I reckon that juncture of the season will either be biblical, where the real risk appetite will be there. And I think if I'm definitely within like 50 points, and I reckon there's a good chance I could be, 50 to 60 points of them by that moment in the season, I will go all out differential team and hope that I've picked the brilliant team and just ride a rocket above. But I think Trig will bottle it because he'll play defensively. And I think playing defensively, I remember it can protect your rank, but also at the same time, you can easily be mowed down by people that play the game different. So, yes, Trig will probably pick the most owned players and captain the most owned player or whatever, but there's every chance to reel him in because he'll be playing the safe route. And D-Unit, I don't know if Nightmare's got the same quite risk appetite as I do, but I'll be playing for massively high risk and hoping that it just comes in. You should check Foden Haaland stats against Man. I know, they do. So in that case, maybe bench Bruno Fernandes. Yeah, Trig is definitely a favourite at the moment. Mate, I could imagine it would be the stuff of legend. We'd never let them know. We would never live it down. They'd hear about it all summer. All summer we'd just be roasting them, bottling it from the position they were in, bottling it. They'd be like an Arsenal bottle job of biblical FPL proportions. Give the job to Southgate. Oh, mate, that would be enough to probably get the fans all united as one to get rid of it. Great chat. Yep, thank you. Trig never going to pick a captain other than Haaland? Probably not. Just woke up, no City leaks, I assume. Nah, not that I'm aware of. Dia's got more bottle than Gary's wheelie pin. Never a truer word was spoken. Never a truer word was spoken. Groups rewards the only way I play. Yep, exactly. Differential strategy, you can catch them. Exactly. Are you considering going without Haaland? If so, when? I want to see Salah. I'm very tempted by it. I know that I said at the start of the year, and I stand by the fact he's not worth it, but at the position I'm in, I need to look for high risk strategy that could pay off. And potentially swapping Haaland for Salah could be the play. Like I've considered it. I've looked into it, and I'm very open to the possibility. This is my plan. Robust squad until game week 32. Save transfers and wildcard 32. All chips after that. And 5 transfers to some major moves. The Trout. Yeah. See, I reckon, that's why I reckon Nightmare could be, he could be set. Like, he literally could be set. Like, and there is, I think when you get to that position in game week 32, you can sit there and go, all right, I need to roll a 6-number dice and just hope that the 6 comes in. Or you might only need to roll a 2 or a 3. I feel like when I get to 32, I'm going to need to be rolling a bloody 12. But I'll be trying to roll a bloody 12. I can tell you straight out the gate. Less incentive to risk if you're high ranked. Lower ranks have not. See, I disagree. Last season, I was in the top 1,000 in game week 32. And I went through, I wanted to win. I wanted to put myself in the window to win. Because, like, otherwise, what's the point of playing? I'm not interested in finishing top 5K. I got that last year. For me, it's just a number. If I don't win it, I'm not happy. And last year, I was in the top 1K. I went differential strategy. I thought, this is why I was let down. Because I thought Aston Villa would beat Crystal Palace, right, in that FA Cup semi-final. So I bet on that result. Because I was like, if Aston Villa had won it, they would have had a double game week in 36. And I'd saved my triple captain to play it on Ollie Watkins in double game week 36. But Aston Villa lost that game and completely threw out my chip strategy. Instead, I missed out. I would have actually captained, I think, Jacob Murphy in that, and which is when I would have played it. In game week 32 or 33, whenever that double was, and he got those good points. Not as good as Barnes, but he still got good points. That would have been my triple captain. But I went a completely different strategy thinking I could win FPL if this comes in. Alas, everything that could have gone wrong with that strategy went wrong. And I finished top 5K instead of winning it. But I gave myself the chance to win it by doing something different. And I'd do it again. I would, if I was in the exact same position again, if I was the A team at the moment, I would not be playing defensively. I would continue to play the way I'd played that entire season, try and build up as much of a lead as possible. Maybe if you get like 100 points in front of everyone, then maybe play defensively. But I'd risk it for the biscuit. Risk it for the biscuit all day long for me. Yeah, Ekatike, Sabozlai, Gakpo, Frimpong, and Vert start. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if they all started. Trig lucky there's no assist. Oh, mate, if Trig is... this is the thing. Like, assistant managership, I'd mow them down in 2 weeks. Like, because they would be playing it. They'd be listening to the cartel, Harry going, oh, just pick Arteta, and he'll just get 2 wins or whatever it is. I'd be like going, all right, let's play it on Wolves, boys. Let's hope for the 20 points. And I've got... There's a reason why I got 56 points of that chip last year. Because it wasn't about betting on FPL players. It was about betting on teams. And I had a pretty good read on how I thought those games would go. And they went pretty... The only thing I'm disappointed about is I did look at some of those single game weeks, and I feel like Emery let me down by mucking up that first game in that double game week last season. Because that would have been well over 60 points on that chip. I miss that chip. It was so much fun. I hope they bring it back. I know it's got nothing to do with FPL and it's completely against the way the game's played, but my God, it was fun. It was fun. The City team leagues aren't coming before 11, are they? Probably not. Would have been biblical. My rank is average this season around 400k, but still, yeah. Mate, mine's almost 2 million still. I still think it's possible to finish really strong. I really do believe I can finish in the top 100k still. Top 10k would require the most amount of luck I've ever had in the last 16 weeks of the season, which I'm not ruling it out, but let's be fair. If I pull that off, I'm a genius. I just don't think it's going. I feel you got to never completely rule it out, but it's close to being ruled out. If the assistant manager chip was still alive, I wouldn't be ruling it out. I'd say I'm a lock. I'd still reckon I back myself in to get there. But I need a lot of things to go my way. What do you see in Verts? Not much after this week. Can you imagine the nerves being number one every week? Big up to... Man, Henry's killing it. And I hope he continues to play the way he's playing because he's going to win if he keeps playing the way he's playing. Triple captain Verts tonight. Thoughts? Not for me. Rumours it could be Mbumo up front. Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me. I mean, I don't know why they want to keep playing Cunha. Cunha's been crap. I'd just be benching him. No need to triple captain Verts. Differential enough. Yep, exactly. Bench Cherky, Gordon or Foden. I would be benching Cherky out of that lot. Big D, would you start O'Reilly, Senesi or Anderson in defence? I can't believe I'm saying this. I'd start Anderson. These Liverpool players are starting days. Those are Liverpool leaks. Fair. Time to go back to my weekly deadline stream. Card flip question. Do I get a green arrow? All right, let's have a look. Yes or no? No, Avi. That's unlucky. No, apparently. Is the D going to get a green arrow? Yes! Card's on one today. It doesn't like some people today. It's because Nightmare's joined the chat. The card goes a little bit haywire when Nightmare's in the chat. Would you do Cunha, Garner, Bowen to Rogers, Wilson and Creepy for a hit? No. I would not be. I'd be starting Bowen and Garner and benching Cunha. I'd just move Cunha to Rogers or Wilson and just leave it like that. Oh, I would definitely do Cunha to Wilson. I wouldn't even think about that. I'd just do it. Ekatike or Gabriel captain. I would go Ekatike if I had Ekatike. But I'm going Gabriel because I don't. I settle for a green arrow. Fairs. I have Haaland captain, but at the moment it doesn't feel right. I mean, it's the early kickoff, so you're going to know by 3 p.m. whether you've got it right or not. It's going to be a long weekend if you haven't. No Cunha, weird-looking team. I know. Yeah. Any last-minute news? Not really. Gabriel captain is on you. Wilson over Thiago is a bold call as well. Yeah, I know. Damn card, I'm coming for it. Start talking with the Kuiper. It's got to be the Kuiper. Oh, does he even start for Brighton? I don't know. I just feel like Dorgu's got no upside today. None. Yes, deadline morning. Yeah, 20 minutes almost. Yeah, just over. Older sport for the league, eh? Oh, United report. Hold on. All these notifications on my phone won't let me check. What did it say? EGD. Wouldn't surprise me if there's leaks because now that they've got rid of oh no, I wouldn't trust that. It's from Samuel Lockhurst. He is the worst journalist going. Let's have a look at the lineup apparently that he reckons is leaked. Lamons, Dallo. Oh, I've already lost the plot. I don't even want to read the rest. Harry Maguire, Martinez, Shaw. So back four with Martinez, Maguire, Dallo and Shaw. We are going to concede multiple goals. Casemiro, Mainu, Ahmad, Fernandez, Dorgu, and Mbumo. What? I think that there's no way that is the lineup. There's no way that's the lineup. That's just a crap lineup. That's like I don't even know what that is. That's just fake. I'm going to call out. If that's correct, I mean, Mark Goldbridge calls Samuel Lockhurst Pratthurst. He's a horrendous journalist. He's horrendous. Like, there's some journalists I respect. Samuel Lockhurst is in the do not treat with a bar of salt. Like, you don't need salt for him. You just don't go there. Anyone else thinking Munoz is probably not a good player to bring in? I still think that Munoz is fine to bring in when he's back. He's still going to be elite. Full-time Forest, 1-0 Arsenal. Gabriel and goal. I mean, that would be pretty funny, to be fair. I think I'd just sit there and go, yep, That's my season in a nutshell. Carrick mind games, troll. Surely you can't bench Šeško. I agree. I think if they bench... I could see Cunha getting benched. I don't think Cunha's been great. I'll admittedly say I don't think Cunha's been very good at all. I don't think he's been good, and I wouldn't be surprised if he was benched. That bit didn't surprise me. It's just the other bit, and I'm like going, nah, I can't get amongst that. I mean... Dalot needs to be out of the team. Just straight out the gate. He needs to be in the bin. Now put Dalot back firmly where he belongs. Out of the squad. Like, I hate wishing injuries on players. I just wish that Dalot would get injured. That's the only way he stops getting in the team. And it brings back my sanity. I'm still stuck with Nkape. Will he start today? Look, I bought him Ben White in draft because I think that Ben White will start again today. So, I don't know. I feel like it's going to be the same back four we saw the other night. I really hate the fact that I'm going with Haaland captain, but I'd rather trust a newborn of... Yeah, that's fair. Start Neto or Mukiele? I'd start Mukiele for me. Yeah, I don't feel it either. He might not be great, but we need the ball carrying. Yeah. Yeah, I can see that, but I feel like Ahmad's just as good with the ball. Ahmad's been in good form at AFCON as well. So I don't know. It's going to be weird. I'm intrigued to see what lineup we play. I don't think I'm going to be happy regardless, but I'm prepared for it. I'm well prepared for it. Šeško is just finally getting some form going. Yeah, he is. I don't know why they bench him. I'd be shocked if they benched him. Surely they can't do that. Surely. One more week of Dalot ball. Please save us, Mazraoui. You literally blamed Lacey for... Oh, mate. Dalot ball is just... I don't know how... Like, what? It must be something in his personality. He must be like one of them people in training that just like, is a good guy. I reckon he probably is a good guy. He's just crap at football. He's just not good enough at football. Like, I've met people like that. Really good around the club. Fantastic people. And like, the coaches give them a game because they're nice. They pick up the cones after training. But they're not very good footballers. I feel like that's Dalot. He's probably the bloke that helps pack up the training at the end of training, isn't he? That's how he keeps getting the game. And they feel sorry for him. They feel like they can't disrespect him. He's been that good doing it. I don't know. Like, I'm just making this up, but that's... I try to work out how he keeps getting a game. And I don't understand how he keeps getting a game. Like, they could draft me in at right back and I'd do a better job of defending, and I'd probably score more goals from there as well. And I'm 39, and I reckon I could do a better job than Dalot. My throws, I don't think I can match him for throws. I'm not very good at taking throws because I'm normally on the end of him. So bring back Gary Neville to play, and yeah, mate, why not? He'd probably do a better job. Ekitike versus Wilson. Actually, let's ask the card. I was going to ask the card. Gabriel versus Wilson, captain. Gabriel, Wilson. Let's have a look. All right, the card is going with Gabriel, so that settles it. Gabriel, captain. I would go with Ekitike as captain. Thiago Watkins, I'd go Watkins. He's got Everton and he's at home. Best Arsenal asset to captain, have Saka Rice. I'd go Gabriel. I'm going Gabriel. Do you think Tarkowski to Frimpong is okay? It's kind of a 1 week, 2 week punt more than anything else. I think Tarkowski's fine to be... I wouldn't be moving Tarkowski for Frimpong. It doesn't interest me too much. I do regret selling Wan-Bissaka over Dalot. Mate, yeah, legit. At least Wan-Bissaka looks like he can defend most of the time. He's not very good on crosses, but he can defend mostly. I want to pick up Cones to 200k a week as well, mate. Same. Legit. Apparently Cunha is benched this week. Yeah, I mean, he deserves a benching. I've been saying it for weeks that until he's been getting away with it because the AFCON boys have been away, but they're now back. I'd bench him. I don't think he's been very good at all. I think he's actually been pretty horrendous, to be honest. And I think with the other blokes back, He should be all right. Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. I don't know. Is what it is. I honestly take Ashley Young right back. Oi, bring him back. He's got to be available, surely. Ashley Young's got to be available. Surely. He's somewhere. He's playing somewhere still. Thoughts on my transfer in Watkins as captain? I don't mind it. I don't mind it, Tommy. Don't mind it at all. Risky, but I like it. In my uni days, I would go out and pick up some cones for free. I'm feeling the 0-0 Villa evident. To be honest, I have thought about playing Tarkowski instead of Chalobah. I just feel like Chalobah's got more attacking threat, which is why I've gone him. Yeah, it's a tough one. Only person who matches your self-confidence is Zlatan. Yes, it's the big Zlatan. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He came from zero. Yeah, won't go into that one. I've forgotten the first couple of words there. 6'5", hardest, excited. Stick that city up your ass because we are Man United. One of the best chants ever created about a player. That Zlatan chant. I remember singing it at a game, like the Bishop's Blaze. Unfortunately, you get a lot of touristy fans in there. They go there for whatever, and it's hard to get like the lesser known chants along. But I've got quite a loud voice in general. If you meet me in person, I literally can hear me from anywhere in the room pretty much. And I got the Zlatan Ibrahimovic chant going up in the Bishop's Blaze, and it was biblical. It was great fun. Play Garner or Bowen? Bowen. Would you get Bruno in this week or I'm holding off till 24. So I looked at it this week. I actually looked at getting Cunha out for Bruno Fernandes. I went with the other Bruno instead. I just think that the fixtures for the next couple are better for Bruno G than Bruno F. Ashley Young is in Ipswich. That's right. I knew he was still playing a decent level. I'm at the Villa tomorrow, feeling a 2-1 victory over Everton. Tight game. Yeah, I think it will be tight. I miss going to the football. There's nothing better than going to the football on a weekend. A day out of the football, pub in the morning, football, and then the drive back. 40 years old defender, number 15. Gun. Absolute gun. He was brilliant, Ashley Young. Villa like 13-1-2 last 16. No one's saying nothing. I know. I've got Villa as a red fixture. I don't think Villa's easy. That's why I've got Tarkowski last on the bench. For that reason. I think Villa, like, they're not a team you want to be playing. So I feel like they're being massively disserviced, I think, potentially because of the fact that they are like, they're winning a lot of games by like the odd goal. And I don't know how sustainable that is long term. But at the moment, they're in red hot form. So why would you back against them? I think Martinez will start for Villa on wildcard and want him. Apparently they were assessing him. He's had a lot of injury issues this year, Martinez. Very unusual. But he's not the worst pick in the world. Definitely not the worst pick in the world. And Villa, yeah. That's a tough one. I really like Martinez as an option. The problem is his fitness has just been poor this year. Like, he's missed a lot of games this season. Like, with injuries or, like, strains or whatever. It's like he's become injury prone this year. He never was injury prone before. He often had, like, the odd mistake in him, but nothing like what we've seen this year. So I don't know if that's going to be a sign of things to come or what the go is, to be honest. It is a bit weird, though. Definitely a little bit weird. By the way, just another really quick tip. Obviously, above me, you can see the two barcodes on screen. Footium are obviously sponsoring the channel this week, and it is free to play. And remember, you have got a chance to win a free shirt, a free football shirt from the D Unit All you have to do is, all you actually need is an email address. That's all you have to give up. You don't have to pay anything to have a chance of winning. And you can play the entire season for free. You sign up with the barcode on the closer to my team. And then the one on the right, you need to click on post the signing up, because that will get you into the mini league. And the winner of that, or if it's the second place and I finish on top of the mini league, we'll get the free shirt and the free club from Footium the Cesium. So lots of people have already joined, which is great. And it's a bit of fun, bit of banter. Some people have, I mean, Timu Jesus' team is literally a bunch of thugs. They hurl abuse at their own players. Kind of fitting about what Timu Jesus is like in real life. Just a bit of a thug in general. Decided I'm taking -4 to get Cunha out of my team. Who would you buy? Not got Wilson, Tavernier, Rogers, or Bruno G. They're my top 4. I would have Wilson as number 1, Bruno G number 2, Rogers 3, and Tavernier 4. I feel like I'd go Wilson. I don't know, there's something about Wilson that just screams points, points, points. Have a feeling Martinez back for Newcastle game. Bizzo to start and goal. Yeah, that could happen. Hope you're good. Start Palmer or just leave him first slot on the bench. If you've got Palmer, you've got to play him. You've got to play him if you've got Palmer, I think. Matthew, if I could, I'd be getting Gakpo's dual haul. Yeah, Gakpo could be really good for a short-term punt as well. But if you're thinking longer term, I don't like Gakpo. But for short term, I think he could be great. Thiago or Minte? Playing him this week, I would go with Thiago over Minte. Minte could be starting on the bench. Does the United lineup make you want to captain Haaland? No, it's still the early kickoff. I just don't trust the early kickoff. I couldn't care if City were playing last season's Leicester City at home. I still wouldn't captain Haaland in the early kickoff. I've just got superstition about it. I remember playing when I first started FPL, and I captained quite a few times in the early kickoff, and always blanked. And every post then, I've always just said to myself, number 1 rule, don't captain the early kickoff. And that's essentially what I've done ever since. Is Samuel Lockhurst league lineups reliable? No, definitely not reliable. I would not trust that man with my life at all. Wouldn't even trust him with anything that belonged to me, to be honest. Good shout, Andrew. If I had more chances, I'd have a punt at him 100%. Yep, I'm playing a differential midfield this week. Sade, Minte, Tavernier. Brian and Bournemouth aren't defending anything. Chelsea are in a bit of a state. Yeah, they are. You're right. That's why I'm torn. I've literally split the risk. I've benched Sanchez for Verbruggen because I just don't want to. I don't want to be. I'll probably get it wrong. Chelsea probably keep a clean sheet, and then and Bart Simpson probably concedes 4. But if that happens, that happens. It's going to be interesting the way that bench plays out. If that bench bangs, I'll be pretty annoyed. But I mean, the team, I can't justify moving anyone out of the team. Like, I arrived at the decision why I'm playing those players in those positions for a reason. I can't just sit there and rip that up off the base of what ifs. Even though what ifs have been killing me this year. How's it going, Daniel? Never captain early kickoff. What do you think about Watkins captain? Don't mind a Watkins captain. Risky, but I like it. Cunha to Bruno G, Enzo or Tavernier? For me, it would be Bruno G out of that lot. Thiago has 5 goals in 2 games. You sure? Yeah, I know, but I'm not sure. Is the honest answer? I'm not sure, but I think Bowen scores tonight. And then I don't want to bench anyone else. So it's between Thiago and Bowen. And I think Spurs are still a worse team than Chelsea. So I'm benching Thiago based off that reasoning. Hopefully that makes sense. But yeah, that's why I've done it, right? Like that was the decision. It's either Thiago or Bowen. But then I'm playing Chalobah. I suppose I could have played O'Reilly instead of Chalobah. I suppose that's definitely something you could look at. But I've got more faith in Bowen. I don't know why. I've just got a sneaky suspicion Bowen delivers the goods. Semenyo to Rice. Don't mind it. But yeah, hopefully that makes sense. Like, I understand, like, benching Thiago seems mad. He's just got, 12 and a 17-pointer in the last 2 weeks. But you've got to play. I know that form has definitely been a massive factor this season, but it's not like I'm playing anyone that's not out of form per se, other than Foden. But Foden's playing Man United, and I know what he's done to us in the past, and I feel like that would be just folly to be benching him against Man United, if that makes sense. Betting against Spurs always makes sense, yep. Do you have any City team news? No, none that I'm aware of. Bowen hat-trick is more likely than Sanchez clean sheet. Agreed. Timber to Gabriel or roll? I would roll. Palace are in a weird spot. Glasner and Gay going off. Then again, we have Sarr and Munoz returning next week. Mateta linked to Juventus. Palace have great fixtures. I agree. Palace should be really good the next 6 weeks. I just don't know how it's going to play out for them, unfortunately. If Bowen can't score against Spurs, yeah, I agree with that statement. I mean, Bowen's actually got a fairly nice run of fixtures, to be honest. Like, it's Sunderland at home, Chelsea away, Burnley away. I mean, the next 4 fixtures, Man United at home, they're not hard fixtures. Bournemouth at home. Like, the fixtures are pretty good for Bowen for most of the season, to be honest. It's the back end, 36, 37. You don't want him for them. And 30. So, like, he is sellable. I just don't think he's sellable at the moment. And to be honest, I think I'm quite happy benching him. I don't think I need to be actually moving him out, if that makes sense. Flip Wilson and Haaland. All right, I like it. Wilson, Haaland. Let's go on with Haaland. It's really not been hot on Wilson captain, has it? Doku Semenyo looks like we are starting. That wouldn't surprise me, to be honest. Problem is Palace still has the issue of being super wasteful. They do. Very big issue with that. People saying Foden going to be benched, but his record is great versus me. I don't see it either. No leaks that I'm aware of. Daniel O'Leary. Sarr can be really good when he comes back. I agree. He's not back till game week 23 though, so he's not an option this week. But he's definitely someone that, like, Sarr at the start of the season I had as the best 6.5 million midfielder in the game. And I think if it wasn't for AFCON, he'd probably be up there in the top 10 midfielders in the game. But we'll have to wait and see how it plays out in the transfer window for Palace over the coming weeks. Anyways, the time's about to go off, so you've got about 1 minute to finalise your teams. Maybe just over 1 minute, so make sure you press the save button. I'm going to quickly double check that I've pressed the save button. Yes, I have. So that's how the team's going to roll into game week 22. Touch wood, it goes well. Will it? We'll just have to wait and see, but I think I've been pretty locked on that all day. So I've not made any changes. Obviously, I'd forgotten that I actually hadn't changed Bart Simpson and Sanchez around. But now that we've done that, happy days. Captain DCL or Rogers? I'd go the DCL unit. I got Mateta back on wildcard. Feel it's time to get back on it. Sarr keeps getting sitters when I had him. Yeah, I agree. Can't see Foden benched. Yeah, mental. I agree. Lock in. Yes, lock in. Make sure you're locked in. You got about 30 seconds, give or take, until it shuts. Love the stream. Thank you very much, Sean. Good to see you in the chat. Sarr this and that this season in about 15 games and return me a single goal. That is unbelievable madness. Yes, please smash a like before you leave. We'll be back very shortly. We'll be back in an hour and a half's time for obviously the Man United and Man City game, the Manchester derby. It's going to be hopefully not a world of pain, but hopefully it goes all right. So touch wood, it does. We'll be back for that in a little bit. So yeah, make sure you join us later on. We'll be doing a live watch along of that in literally just over an hour and 20 minutes time. We'll be back for that. So good luck in game week 22. Hopefully it's green arrows. Hopefully you got your teams locked in time. And hopefully I've got my own team right. And hopefully we can get back on the green arrow bandwagon with a little bit of luck. I want 2 Chelsea assets from 24. Can't see Palmer being reliable. But again, when you've got a groin injury, 100%, you're not having a good season. I remember having that myself, and it's hard to get over in season. Oh, come on, Rogers. Great stuff there, unit. Thank you very much, Screaming. All right, folks, I'll see you back in an hour and a half's time. Hopefully it's going to be a good watch along that first game. I've got bated breath. I've come with bated breath, and I hope for the best. I'll see you all then, and good luck this week in Game Week 22.